All right, one last look at the trailer. We finally got it sold. We got $3,200 for it. With the stuff that's wrong with it, that's pretty good money. Tons of interest. It was absolutely like mind-blowing. I think my dad said at one point he had like 50 plus people that were asking about the trailer. So definitely pretty easy to sell. We only had it up for a couple of days actually. Like I said before, this was our 2004 Rolling Star trailer. It's another local company. Not as popular as Blizzard, but also made up in Boonville. It's 18 foot in the actual bed with like a 4-foot nose on it. It can fit 4 sleds. It has to be 2 121s if you're going to have like 146s and 144s in it. The back doors are screwed shut because the hinges broke. We had to at one point fix the beams that go across. We had to like kind of re-brace them. We had to replace the rear axle. Every single bearing's been replaced at least once. This is our 3rd coupler. It needs to be replaced again. The jack is the 2nd or 3rd jack. That's got to be replaced again. The spring on the door is broken. And I think that's pretty much it. But, you know, for how much we use the trailer, it's absolutely done its job. And I guess a little sad to see it go, but also just happy to move on to a newer trailer and happy it'll let us be able to do more stuff. So for now, I got to get both of our sleds out. We're going to take Josh's sled to his house because I'm not sure if there's going to be any overlap between while I still own the Polaris Assault and when I pick up the new sled. So if there is, I don't think we're going to be able to fit 4 sleds in the garage. So going to get those out now and take some pictures for the Facebook ad for the Assault. I know a couple of you guys are interested, so I'll definitely reach out and give you guys first crack at it. And that's pretty much it. So here we go. Perks of having no studs. Only negative about the long sleds. Take up a whole lot of garage space. We'll fit them though. Just gonna be a bigger problem if we have 3 long sleds to put in there. Woo! 550 decal, boys. So I don't think it was super clear, but we had a ride last year where there was supposed to be tons of new snow, and it was the ride I went up with my girlfriend. I just posted the video in the beginning of October. And so I narrowed up both the sleds because I was really excited to try them both on narrow. And we got up there and it was on the trails and like packed down, but I think it had been windy, so a lot of it blew off of like all the open areas. And I didn't really get to use them, but I left the Riot narrow for the rest of the season because it kind of made it handle, like I said in a later video, I'm not sure if you guys will have seen it yet, that it kind of makes it handle like a Polaris. It kind of pushes the outside ski in. And you might get a little inside ski lift, but it kind of makes it perform a little bit more aggressively, which I enjoyed. And I also put a 6-inch carbide on it. I believe it's just a round bar, and it really improved the handling. I liked it a lot more. But I know, especially when my dad gets on it, he's going to want it at least in the middle, if not in the wide position. So I'm going to change it back today so that once the season gets going, it's where he wants it. I'm sure I'll be spending a lot of time on the new sled, so I definitely want this set up however he wants it. And also one last possibly unpopular opinion, but you know, I've heard time and time again from different reviewers and stuff that the reason the Axis chassis handles so good, or more than anything, this front suspension, the big reason they handle so good is because when you're going through a corner, they push the outside ski down into the snow so it's biting, and then you get some inside ski lift. But it's very controllable and predictable. But my theory after riding the sleds, the Riot and the Assault, kind of back to back with the ski stances adjusted, more because I had the Mountainside Product Spindles on this sled. But pretty much any sled's gonna handle that way if you don't have the carbide lined up with the center of the spindle. That's just kind of my theory. The Riot handled that way when I had it on full narrow. Very much pushing the outside ski down into the snow, and it did have a little inside ski lift, but there was a lot more outside ski bite than there was when the skis are centered. But like I said, it's just a theory. I guess depending on the kind of sled you have, you could almost do that as long as you have an adjustable spindle, you know. If you're gonna center the carbide, it's gonna handle flatter, but maybe push a little bit more. But then if the carbide's just to the inside of the spindle, it's gonna kind of cause that inside ski lift but the outside ski bite. The big thing I want to kind of realize when I put the Assault on full wide with the Mountainside Product Spindles, super flat, and it had really good bite. I want to see how this sled handles full wide, you know, with the carbide maybe just outside of where the weight is with the spindle. But the other thing you can kind of see with the Arctic Cat is kind of from top to carbide. Let's see if I can get that all on camera. It's pretty lined up even full wide, so I'm curious to see if maybe that'll you know, make it push more, make it push less. The 6-inch carbides are a big help, but yeah, that's kind of just what all this stuff's about for me, you know, trying different stuff and kind of trying to understand characteristics of each sled as much as I possibly can. So just thought I'd kind of share my thoughts on that. There it is. Much quicker when it's, you know, not freezing out and everything's all cold and seized up from like the salt and the nastiness. Yeah, good stuff. Pictures are all taken of this, so I'll probably list it pretty soon. All right, the end of an era. I've kind of always kept the trailer just under wraps because, you know, we've had a very tumultuous last few years with it. When I got the 2017 Assault, we really couldn't use it that year. Or in 2018, there was an issue with the rear axle. We kind of pieced it back together at the time. And the wheel was like kind of cambered into the top, so it used to kind of eat bearings. So for those 2 years we just stored it up there, and then in 2019 we put a new rear axle on it, started using it again. Have always had issues with lights, have always had issues with like the floor. The biggest thing was my dad used this trailer for work for a long time, and he used to put like these heavy bread trays and they kind of beat the floor up, so we had to fix all the beams. And you can kind of see at the back there, we've had to like cut pieces out trying to fix the doors in the past. Then the hinges finally went, and these are like big wooden doors. So we ended up just literally like, oh, out the big ass bee's nest. We ended up just kind of screwing them shut, just kind of leave it. It wasn't a ramp, they opened sideways so that when he backed up to docks to deliver bread or deliver chips, he was able to just open them up and put everything onto the loading docks and stuff like that. The interior lights have never worked. We replaced these at one point so the sleds don't get wet, and really they don't get wet at all. The only place they kind of get a little leaking back there when the rain comes in, and then it kind of gets this side wet. But other than that, you know, it did the job for us though for a long time. You know, we used it more as storage, rode Old Forge a lot, but just trying to move forward on the channel, you know, we need something that can go to Maine, go to Canada. You know, I want to make more connections. I want to be able to grow the channel and you know, show you guys different areas, all that stuff. So it's kind of the end of an era with this trailer, but I'm sure it'll bring somebody else some joy, especially for like a really affordable price. You know, if you're able to fix a couple things on it, it already drives great. You know, the lights do work, all that stuff. So it's not like it's something you can't use. But it just needs a little TLC to be better than it currently is, and it sounds like the guy that's buying it's going to do that, and I can't wait to get our Blizzard trailer. The thing's a beauty, and it's just going to take things to the next level. I was also able to fix this spring thing. I just kind of got it in my head that I was going to fix it. I was able to jam like a, I don't know, I was able to jam a screwdriver in here and kind of pull the spring down and then just kind of wrap this back up around it, and that fixed it. So easy enough.
Alright, I have somebody coming to look at the Assault today. He said he might be interested in taking the C&A Pro skis with it, so I'll keep you guys updated and let you know how everything turns out. Alright, there she goes. He did end up taking the C&A Pro skis, so I hope you enjoy this sled as much as I did, Jordan.